My name is Esther Williams, and my research focuses on the Great Pagoda at Kew Gardens in modern day Richmond. The pagoda was originally designed by Sir William Chambers for Princess Augusta and Prince Frederick, and it was completed in 1761 with a significant restoration carried out by Chambers again in 1784. This unusually early restoration actually becomes important when we look at the building's materials and its intended visual impact. The Great Pagoda was widely recognized as a prime example of chinoiserie, which is the 17th and 18th century European style that produced imaginative and often quite fanciful interpretations of Chinese art and architecture. One of the most important aspects of chinoiserie and of Chambers' designs in particular was the use of color and materiality. Chambers frequently emphasized this in his own writings, and we see the same emphasis in contemporary projects like Joseph Goupy's House of Confucius, built in 1750, which showcased these, beautiful reds and yellows and blues and greens. And this was also in the Kew Gardens. And then we can also see this same type of obsession with vivid ornamentation here. And these are just reconstructions. These are not the original dragons. This same experimental use of materials led to the pagoda's rapid deterioration. Despite Chambers' repeated claims of cultural authenticity, the structure diverged sharply from real Chinese pagodas, as you can see here. Traditional pagodas were deeply symbolic Buddhist structures built with highly complex timber systems and highly decorated spiritual ornamentation. By contrast, the Kew Pagoda really only functioned as a imperial showpiece, a folly, as they would say, a display of British wealth and its growing appetite for exoticized cultural forms. The expensive paints used originally on the exterior is a kind of evidence for this claim, as they eroded very, very quickly. For visitors in the late 18th century, the pagoda shaped a new consumer-driven relationship with non-European cultures and what we would understand in modern times as cultural appropriation. Although that's not to say there wasn't a few dissenting authors who criticized Chambers' use of extravagant materials, but conversation was not focused around this concept of what I'd call ethical consumption of other cultures. As we learn more about the authentic pagodas, we understand that this was an improper and almost offensive representation of what was meant to be a sacred Buddhist space. But for many English viewers of the period, structures like this were their only reference point for Chinese, or more broadly, Asian architectural design. Thank you.